Hello everybody, we're live. How's our audio? Say hello, Mia.
Hello, Mia.
And we have Vedafol now, and we have Warp Scientist, and we have Gary and Samus. Hello everybody. Samus says, so I was doing a bit of head maths as I purchased a sub token earlier, and I realised something rather bizarre. As you purchase tokens in bulk, the price of each actually goes up instead of down. Vedafalna says, hello, audio is good. Gary says the music's gone, and now people are speaking. How dare. Yeah, that music was good, wasn't it?
I like that music.
Yeah. And observers here, hello.
Hold on, did she scroll back and chat and find out what the first things were that were said?
Vedafalna says, is it time? Are we there yet? What time is it anyway? Whose fault is it? And Mia says, the more important question is, am I a friend? Please answer quickly. Vedafalna says, I suppose. I don't know. I don't have friends. Maybe that's why Sal tells me not to eat new friends. And Warp says, to us, absolutely. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm not here. You didn't see me, Mia. Please don't leave.
Well, thank you for watching, everybody. That was a great stream. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. Who should we raid?
So the running joke is every time that every time Warp Scientist turns up, Mia usually leaves. But we're running late tonight because the other thing is I was talking to Vedafalna yesterday about how my alarm clock was broken. And Vedafalna suggested something about Mia being an alarm clock. And I said, no, Mia's a really bad alarm clock because Mia goes to wake me up, sees I'm sleeping and decides that that's how you should leave me. And that's exactly what happened today. I woke up at about, it was before 8 p.m. And I thought, oh, great timing. We'll be doing some streams soon. And then I was on the sofa in our streaming room, just watching some YouTube videos on the iPad, and I drifted off back to sleep again. And so Mia decided to leave me there and went into his closet. And so I slept until he heard me rouse again, which was about half an hour ago. I thought I'd give myself time to wake up a little bit.
Well,
Galactic's here. Hi, Salamir, and good riddance to hear you, Mia. Every time Mana turns up lately, I'm just leaving myself, says Samus. Yeah, and I suggested that Mia was better than an alarm clock for knowing what's good for you, says Vedafalna.
Well, the thought process here is it's Sal's semi-day off, where she has to go do taxes the following proper day.
Things
And that's why she needs her sleep. Like, if it were a normal stream day, I would definitely wake her on time.
So remind us, Mia, where what were you up to?
I'm not entirely sure myself. I just realized that I'm out of water, so I've been turning the same fish that always spawns up here into water repeatedly. It's very concerning. I'm pretty sure as soon as I look back again, there'll be another fish up there. Who puts all those fish into the ocean? It's rather rude. Look, there's the fish up there now. Oh no. Well, that's just the presentation effect. I wanted to show you, and now I can't. I do remember...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. I do remember that we were on a mission to get a cat poster. The cat poster.
Yeah.
The Keep Calm one.
That's right.
Because it's a great cat poster. We didn't find it. Hold on.
Paula's commenting on you microwaving fish. That's very true. Mia is microwaving fish.
Sorry, where was I? Maps. There we go, maps. So, we had been to... Hold on a minute. Theta. We had been to Theta.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Theta? This is Theta. So we had been to Theta. We had been to Delta. We hadn't been to these three.
Okay.
Omega, Phi, and Copper. So we need to go there to find the cat poster.
Okay.
And I will deliberately ignore Gary. Because Zero is a dumb name.
Especially when all the rest are named after Greek letters.
Exactly.
This is Mia's world. It can be whatever he wants it to be.
No, technically it's not my world.
Well, you're the only one living on here now, aren't you?
Garrett, you're not getting punished. You're just getting ignored. That's not a punishment.
Not in Mia's world.
Yeah, that's actually a perk. I would do so much to be more ignored around here. But no, you just gotta bust in through the door and say, "You didn't wake me properly." She didn't bust through the door, I did, but still. Was one of the first things she told me after waking up.
I was like, why didn't you wake me?
Exactly. Coming in there immediately with all the accusations.
Oh, there's no salt command on the NiddTubers.
There is not, as well as no pungent. Oh, I just realized that's probably a flaw in the system. Speaking of which, why can't you serve a microwave?
Why can't you serve a microwave?
Because it's too small. I'm holding for applause.
I don't get it.
So, you know, microwaves?
Yeah?
Oh, Gary says it's so bad that nobody's getting it. You know, microwave.
Yeah, you mean like the... Oh, we were talking about like the wavelength of light microwave as well? Oh, Grim Kitten got it! Way!
Thank you. Please explain the joke to everybody else in chat so I don't have to.
Micro, small. Yeah, but why couldn't you serve a small thing?
Because you're very large. If you're going to step on the microwave, it's going to be squashed.
Are we talking about serve it dinner, or are we talking about
surfing? Like what you do with waves.
Oh, surf. Oh, okay. I place I've got headphones on, so I can't hear me properly. Like you guys, tell us the ball joke, says Vodafone.
I will not tell the ball joke. Why can't I make a vehicle? I need a vehicleage.
Galactic slowly clapping hands, looking confused. I get it. It's just not funny, says Samus. Yeah, no, it's mildly funny. Now that I understand it's surf.
That's just That's how puns are. They're all horrible. Nobody actually finds them funny. And the thing you're actually laughing at is the dumb reaction people give you.
It'd been funnier if I'd have heard the word properly.
Okay, I need to scan the mobile vehicle bay rubbish piece. Where do I find these? I've forgotten. Map, tell me.
I don't think the map tells you.
The map's not telling me. I always feel so lost after this.
After what?
After not playing the game. Oh, there's a piece of rubbish. Oh, hold on. It's my inventory. My inventory is full. Excuse me. They were the other way around a moment ago.
Isn't that because you're on the other side?
It's preposterous. I would never go to the other side. My lamp has run out of batteries too.
So, do we need to equip... when are you going to build a base?
I have an art gallery right here.
Yeah, I know, but,
You're right, I need a battery charger. Excuse me. I'm getting tangent already. Battery charger. Oh, for that I need a thing. Oh, they're easier now. Excuse me. Look at me, almost being prepared.
yeah.
Emphasis is on almost, because apparently I don't have any copper.
Oh.
Do I? No, I have lots of gold instead. And the child. I've forgotten what I was thinking about.
Making a battery charger.
Making a battery. What was I thinking about before that?
Vehicle base.
What was I thinking about before that?
How you always feel a bit lost when you come back and you've not played it.
Salt. Of course.
Mia's found the salt.
Don't worry, I will get coherent again in a moment.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out where I keep all of my copper. Oh! Copper! The mining site! Copper mining site. That's obviously where they keep all of the copper. So we need to get there. And to get there, we need a vehicle. We need the copper to make a vehicle.
Okay.
I feel like this is a vicious circle.
How's the audio, everybody? The balance of our voices and the game sounds.
Oh, I'm gonna murder somebody.
What?
I keep getting titanium. I want to have some copper, please. I admit that I shouldn't resort to murder as my first option if things don't go my way.
Yeah, usually I associate murdering somebody with somebody has done something wrong.
Yes, the game developers have wronged me for not putting enough copper around me.
Everything good? Except for someone sounding a little sleepy. Everything is sounding just fine. I'm not sleepy. This is my just woken up in the morning voice.
I have several philosophical questions I want to bring up, but I'm not sure if now is the right time for it.
I don't know. Any time is the right time for philosophy? Gary says it's a good time.
Can I install a battery charger inside an art gallery? At the door, I can.
Huh.
Okay.
So, if I was to say that the game sounds are a little quiet on my end,
Mm-hmm.
but they're good for everybody else in the audience,
Mm-hmm.
is there any way to turn up my game sounds without affecting the noise on the stream?
Yes, your headphones do have an audio slider.
I've got
Over
them
here.
turned up to full.
Alternatively, you can press that button and just raise it over there. Don't worry, that's not going to
That
raise
doesn't
it on
affect
stream.
stream. Okay.
No. I think.
Speakers are on 24. 25.
Who put them on 24? They're
Wasn't
supposed to
me.
be on 20.
Oh.
Okay, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we now have charging batteries. Bad news is I don't have any batteries to go out exploring with except for these ones. That's fine, I'll just share them between all of my tools. I'm realizing a mistake in my battery charger placement. It's now very awkwardly in the middle of the hallway.
And Vedafalna says, that's not very philosophical, but yes, you can install a battery charger. Just give it a pretentious name.
Well, no, the philosophical part wasn't about the battery charger. And if it was, the actual philosophical question would have been, can you install a battery charger in an art gallery? Would it devalue the value of the art? And if so, how many battery chargers would I need to install inside the art gallery before the battery chargers in and of themselves become an art piece and appreciate and value again?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is that then the battery charger would just become art?
Well, that depends on the amount of battery chargers you have there.
Yeah. Vedafalna said, which is why it needs a pretentious name in the art gallery.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh, laser cutter. That's a lot of laser cutters.
It is.
It's not what I needed, but I'll take
Warning.
it.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Are you going to die again, Mick?
No, I'm not. Look, I have consumed the oxygen.
Yeah.
And I will be very slowly now rising through this plant, hitting every branch on the way up. What's an appropriately pretentious name for a bunch of battery chargers? Truth to power? Oh, I think I've outdone myself.
I like that.
I have outdone myself.
I think you have.
But alas, I am not an artist.
It's Righteous Boner. So who came up with the title pun? That was
Sal.
Mia, of course. I don't even know what the title is, Mia.
There.
I like that.
I don't. I regret it, and if I could, I would send myself into exile right now.
Did you put a link on in Discord, Mia? About
I did. That's what my question was about. I am a friend, and as such, I'll have to go post with the friends. Am I not a friend, Sal?
I think you should have posted in general.
That didn't answer the
Because
question.
this is a replacement for my stream.
I mean, yeah.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Well, the atmosphere suddenly changed. The music changed too. I'm not a fan of this. Gary points out that since Sal is a friend, Gary posted a link to Sal's stream in the friend channel. Also because it was live and there was no post in general yet. But don't worry, Sal would have gotten around to it. It's just she was bullied into starting early. And as a consequence of you doing that, you've earned the wrath of Bernie. Oh, what's this? It is a sea glass. I already have that. You know, the scanner tool should come with a lamp. Like, I feel like you'd do a lot better with scanning if you can see what you're scanning. Have I been in this hole before a moment ago? Am I swimming in circles? Impossible. I have an impeccable sense of orientation. Bernie says that Mir is in fact not a friend of Sal's. He is a minion of Sal's. Well, that's the sad truth. Don't worry, Sal is working on rectifying that. I have not found what I was looking for. Okay, let's consult the map again. Surely this time it'll now tell me where I can find vehicle bays. Let me out! Let me out! Thank you very much. Map. It does not tell me where to find vehicle parts.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Oh no, this is fine.
Hi, I'm back.
Hello, Sal.
I was distracted for a moment.
Where did
Why
that
is
come
the sea
from?
orange?
Hypothermia imminent.
Huh? Oh, that's probably because of the sun.
Oh. Why is the sun orange?
It does that too on Earth, like frequently during sunset and sunrise.
Oh, okay.
Still haven't
Oh,
found.
Bernie's here. Hello, Bernie. with, with a spoiler.
Oh yeah, that was a thing last time. I forgot. I didn't even notice. Because Sal was very diligent about protecting my weak mind from all the spoilers everywhere. She knows it's true, though. I would read them.
Yeah. Because May reads chat, because he's a good streamer.
What? No, I'm not. I abhor chat.
No, you don't.
I definitely do.
You just say that because you're worried that chat will bore you.
Well, in that case, it's mutual. But I did it first. This creepy music again.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to see me time out Bernie again, because Bernie's gonna give us a spoiler, maybe true, maybe false, and I'll decide to time out Bernie just to be on the safe side. Oh no, actually I don't need to time him out anymore because I've found out where the delete button is. Chat is never boring with you, Mia. Other things perhaps, but not boring. Hashtag sad. Ban him then?
Ha!
Just
Finally.
to be sure.
Warning.
No.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I am now going to die.
Bernie's a friend. We don't ban friends.
There's a lot of things we apparently can't do with friends.
Or
Can't
eat them, can't ban them.
ban them.
We don't strangle people here either.
When was that suggested?
Shave him.
He's a bear.
Why would we want to shave Bernie?
Because he's a bear?
There'd be a lot of hair on the floor for one thing.
Depends on where you're doing it. Like, if you do it in a pool of water.
Why would we want to humiliate Bernie? Bernie's a friend. Friends
Yeah,
don't humiliate
maybe
friends.
He needs to be shaved because he has been contaminated.
You can use that hair to stuff pillows. Hey Sal, I've got a spoiler. This game, this planet water is wet.
Now that's it. We'll have to ban Galactic now. What did I just...
Stuff pillows for doggos.
Oh yeah, mobile vehicle bay. Okay, I have achieved a thing. Ah. Yeah. Do I have lubricants? I do have lubricants. And I couldn't make a titanium ingot. How did you make a computer chip again?
That doesn't sound like something you'd be able to just microwave, to be honest.
It's a very good microwave.
S&M getting to the loop. Oh, and Bernie links a picture of a hairless bear to me.
That's not a good thing. You can just click on it.
Okay, I was worried it'd like break stream or something.
Ugh.
Poor thing, it must be so mangy.
What am I oh yeah, gold and a copper. I'm out of copper again. Did I bring? No, I also didn't.
Looks
bring
like a dog
table
with
coral.
claws.
Ah, where did I find the corals again?
There's a lot of buttons on that microwave. How thick do you think the manual is?
Oh no, it's a very intuitive user experience. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, give it some wings and it's a gargoyle indeed. The hairless bear. Right.
I'm looking for copper again.
And you're just finding titanium.
You know me. And lead, apparently. I'm also about to drown again. Okay, so here's a very important question I've had for the philosophical study round we've decided to form here in chat.
Okay.
If I die, and then I choose to be cremated, can I get my ash put into an hourglass?
I'm sure that could be arranged.
I don't have any next of kin. Can I get the government to do it? Also, who inherits me afterwards? Because I obviously turn into a family heirloom after that, but I've decided that I am not going to carry on with the family.
Ah, right, okay. So the way it works in the UK, I don't know about anywhere else, but in the UK for those wishes to be carried out, you would have needed to have written it in a will, because otherwise, somebody who dies without
Seek fluid intake.
without an heir,
Mm-hmm.
unless you've got a will, then it's called dying intestate. So you haven't made a testament, so you're intestate.
Ah.
So your last will and testament. So if you make a will, then it doesn't matter whether you've got heirs or not. To a certain, to a large extent,
Warning,
whatever
passing
you.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Sorry, I got distracted by the game for a minute. So whatever you say in your will is what will happen to a large extent, as long as your estate, like the things you left behind, can afford it. But for you to have a will, you also need to name an executor to your will. So
Can that be anybody?
the executor has to have agreed to it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yes, dying intesticle. No, intestate. I imagine Apple sitting in front of his fireplace with an hourglass full of ash on the sill, indeed.
Who said that I'm going to die before Apple? Have you seen the dangerous lifestyle he leads? He almost fell off a ladder. No, actually, he did fall off a ladder.
Executor, the water boiler.
I don't think I can name the water boiler as my executor, can I?
No, it has to be a live person. You can't make an animal your executor either.
Fair enough. So, who would want? Who are there? Professional executors?
You can. Most lawyers will be an executor, but any person can be an executor. So you could make like Warped your executor.
Oh. Does Warp want to have a promotion? What do you mean no recipes available?
How bad would that hourglass be, though? The body.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
The ash consistency is all wrong. Yeah, and Gary points out that ash is too fine to be a to use on in an hourglass because it just smudge inside the glass.
Really? Can my dead body be treated with something to make it more hourglassy?
Yeah, I'm sure you could bind the ash in some sort of way to make it into like little nuggets, like grains.
Oh, some mere nuggets. I'm not
Seek
sure how to
fluid
feel
intake
about this.
immediately.
Must the executor be British or could Boris be one for me? I don't believe the executor has to be British, but I don't know that much about this particular branch of law, to be honest. It's not
Vital
something I've
signs
looked into
stabilizing.
for much. And my dad was an executor for my great aunt. That's like the limit
New
of my
creature discovered.
knowledge.
I've apparently never held this creature before.
Oh. Hey, Mir, we chat agree to deal with your body when you die. Trust us. I don't think Boris would make for a good executor somehow. Warp says I'm honoured, but I think it would be better if it was someone from the same country. There's a reason we get sand into hourglasses. You could coat round pellets into ash. Yeah, I reckon. As a binding matrix. Plus, I suspect Warp Scientist would not be valid. Probably needs a real name. Don't know about that.
I mean, Sal is officially Sal now in this country.
Yeah, I am Sal. The thing is, if you were to make Salford Sal your executor, you'd actually make the business of Salford Sal the executor, not me, the person. Yeah, Lyra could be a good choice. She's the responsible one indeed. And Vedafalna says, almost certainly, I would imagine a plasticizer or silicate will work. Yeah, there you go, Mir. This is a possibility. You can't make the government do it,
Welcome
but you
aboard,
can.
Captain.
You can make somebody have this arranged. Yes, in this case, the business and the person are the same. Absolutely. At least for the time being. Or do I have other representatives? At the moment, I'm a sole trader, so that means that me and Sal are the same.
Yeah,
Which-
but who would I give my hourglass to?
Hey chat, who's got a cookbook called 50 Ways to Prepare Your Dead Meal? But yeah, it's important to keep in mind that that would refer to the business. Is Mia a Salford Sal employee, since you give him a discount on his rent for services rendered?
Oh, yeah. No, you're a sole trader, so you don't have employees.
Oh no, sole traders can have employees.
They can?
Yeah.
Oh. Also, Galactic, Vedafona pointed out earlier that I am not edible. On friendship grounds. I don't have any vehicle recipes. How did this happen? Fine, I'll find my own vehicle.
Gary would take it and put it in a nice aquarium so you can enjoy the relaxing atmosphere of Subnautica for all eternity.
I don't think it's a good idea to put an ash-filled hourglass into an aquarium with water.
Well, you have to make sure it was a watertight hourglass.
Well, I'd hope so, but then again, spending the rest of my existence inside an aquarium doesn't sound particularly appealing. I mean, who's going to use the bloody thing in there? I'm gonna get all clumped up, and then that's it.
Yeah, it would have to be airtight anyway, but I think what Mia's saying is, like, if you leave a powder standing, it settles, and he'd end up turning into concrete.
That, and I'm sure that the hourglass is gonna erode at some point anyway.
Whoop says the reason why you don't have any vehicles is because you went off chasing cat posters instead of exploring the area for main quest clues.
No, it's fine. I'll go and find more vehicles.
Grim Kitten says your hourglass will be given to Sal's next IT guy so they know when to wake her up.
I have found a clue. You make it sound as if working for Sal is like working for Planet Express. Her last crew died, I'm the replacement crew, and there's sure to be another one around the corner as well.
There could only be one Mia. It's Ellen Dare. Hello. It's found us on our secret stream. Okay, so as I understand it as a layman, wavelength gives light its colour. As light hits particles, say in the atmosphere, it will shift.
Oh.
During dawn and dusk, light will hit more particles, and as such, its wavelength will be different. Aha.
Mineral-rich crevices detected below. Geothermal activity detected. Caution advised.
Ah. I feel like this is a bad idea. Egg. No, thank you. Primarily because I'm about to run out of oxygen, I'm sure.
Oh dear. Hence why the sun looked more red during dusk and dawn. Aha.
That conversation was a while ago.
Yeah, but Ellen Dare's looked it up and written it out since.
Oh.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Glass does not erode. It'll be getting thinner on the top of the hourglass and thick on the bottom. Surely that's not right though, Gary. Yes, anything erodes. Given an abrasive enough atmosphere over time. I'm sure something would erode the glass over time.
The moving water.
And does it really get thicker on the bottom? Does it actually sag? Because I thought that was true, and then I heard that it was false, and now I'm not sure. Our crew is expendable, your package isn't. Hey me, you could always do what the Ferengi in Star Trek do and chop up your dead body and sell it. Yeah,
This is just a ploy to get to eat my leg, isn't it?
Grim Kitten says no, sagging glass is a myth.
One lucky break, and now I can't seem to find anything anymore. Ooh, sunlight, go away, please.
Gary says no, sagging glass is not a myth.
How would you know? You're a biologist, not a chemist.
Emma's here! Hello, Mia, Sal, and delicious friends. Now remember, Emma, you're allowed to lick the friends, but no nibbling. And I loved your OPG stuff, OPGW stuff. And I don't know if it's still around, but the brand name of the OPGW that I used to design and work with and design systems for was Viral. How about consensual nibbling? A consensual well, I mean, you know, what people agree to, as long as it's truly consensual, I have no problems with these things.
Yes, this is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. What consenting adults do is nobody else's business.
No, I mean...
This does not seem like a good idea.
It was a brilliant idea.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh. Oh, hello. Where the heck am I? Copper. I've found the copper mining site. I'm about to run out of oxygen.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Excuse me. Ooh, door. Ooh, thing to scan. What was the thing? I'll come back in a second.
It's sagging glass is true, but not on any appreciable timescale unless it regularly
30
gets
seconds
hot.
of oxygen remaining.
This is why I need a bloody thingy-majig. Also, I needed a beacon. How quickly can I make one? This'll take a moment. Okay, no worries. I can improvise.
Oh, you've never been given the actual product name, so all you know is it weighs 1.44 kilos per meter and it's tensile strength. The 1.44 kilograms per meter and its tensile strength, for that matter, that varies according to design. It depends on how thick you wanted your cable, how many strands you wanted, the diameter of the strands, all of that sort of thing. So
the thing. How
didn't matter what the brand name, it'd be
never find this again.
tailored for each system. Sama says, I'm going to be turned into fertilizer when I die. In my will, it dictates that I am to be buried, wrapped in biodegradable natural fabric, no coffin, no preservatives, just energy returned to the natural system.
Moon pool?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I am about to die.
Meh, you make this sound so dramatic. There's a little oxygen plant just there.
I know, but I still need to get out of the door and scan this fish. Thank you.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
But you cut it so fine last time that you actually died. Glass, how it's made? Is it a molten
Oxygen.
substance? 7 seconds. Yeah. Look, you have 4 seconds left. That's cutting it fine. Stop cutting it so fine. Glass, how it's made is a molten substance that is halted in its molten state. So yes, it will still behave as such over long periods of time. Emma has opted out of being buried or having any kind of memorial. I will be cremated. Any family will have like a few months to figure out where to scatter them, since as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, they won't be allowed to keep it. No. Dinner on chat, grab your knife and fork. The distress Sal seems to be in. Indeed. Sal, stop backseat gaming already. I think we should time Bernie out for that.
Is this friendly?
No,
No, I meant that thing that's violently chopping in my
I thought you
direction.
meant me.
Oxygen.
Ah!
Oh, I should have got Bernie's name first, damn it.
It's too late now. Bernie's gone forever. Time to start preparing a eulogy.
There we go.
Ooh, a very narrow crevice that I probably get stuck
F in
in.
chat for Bernie. I promise I won't do that again unless Bernie actually deserves it. He didn't deserve it, but I felt like he'd been asking for it. Well, no, somebody else has been asking for it, not Bernie.
You've murdered the wrong person?
No, no, everybody was asking for Bernie to be murdered.
Oh.
Ellen Dare says, when I move on into time, I think it's more wholesome for my relatives, etc., to decide what's to be done with my remains. If they needed a memorial or something, then no way I'm stopping them. When I pass away, I'll let the living decide what to do. Actually, that's my approach as well, because I figure I won't need my body. I'm quite happy for whoever is the most distressed by my passing to decide on, like, if they want to keep my body, I don't know,
Technology acquired.
taxidermied in a corner, that's fine. If they want to plasticize my body and stick it in one of those art museums, that's fine. If they want to donate my body to medical science, that's fine. If they decide they want me to have a Christian or Jewish or Islamic or Hindu or any other religious burial, that's fine.
What about submitting you to a museum?
Yeah, that's fine.
What about putting you into a horror house?
Whatever somebody wants. I don't need it. It's like, whatever, you can let it rot in a field for medical science. I'm not using it then. It's just a piece of meat once I've not got it.
Huh.
Bernie says, that me, I told Sal to stop boxseat gaming by pressuring you about your oxygen levels. Sal couldn't handle being the one at fault for once, so she punished me instead.
Sounds like you were the one at fault here.
Apocalypse Pals here. Hello, hello.
Greetings. Welcome to me trying to get cat post to round 2.
One could donate their body to teach the next generation of doctors, indeed. When I die, take my body with me, says Galactic.
Okay. I need one of these.
Emma says, I used to be of that opinion, then I saw the family disregard almost all of my grandfather's wishes, so F that noise. Was Sal describing her dead body? I was, yes. Hear that? Meat! Yeah.
You've evoked the wrong crowd by suggesting that you will be a free meal.
I mean, if somebody wanted to eat me after I'm dead, that's fine too. It's, sure, it's your responsibility is on you to determine whether or not that's healthy, because you don't know what I'm dying of at this point. But I have no wishes as to what
What
happens
if you
after my
die of
death.
zombification?
Well, then there's probably a number of things you wouldn't want to do with my dead body.
Well,
You know,
for
that
a
would
start,
be inadvisable.
you would be eating the person who wants to eat you.
Ah, you mean I'd be dead but still mobile?
Yes. Distressingly so.
Well, if I'm dead, it doesn't matter. I don't care how you go about, like, dealing with my infested dead body afterwards, even if it's still mobile.
Oh, so you're fine with your body going around murdering people?
Well, it's not my body at that point. It's something else has inhabited my body in order to zombify it.
That depends on your definition of zombification. What if you're still aware of it, but you're driven by, I don't know, some disease like rabies? Oh, well then you would be
I'm
dead.
not dead. Yeah.
What if you're
If I'm-
rotting anyway?
If I'm dead, but my body is still mobile, then something is in control of the body. Like that fungus that actively controls the ant's muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Although in that case, the ant isn't actually dead at that point. It's just not able to get control of its muscles anymore. So they think at the moment. There's a story going round about some guy donating his mum's body for science. It ended up with the military blowing it up. Blowing it up sounds like science to me. Blow me up, I won't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. If we're going to blow somebody up, I don't mind if it's me. You do not just put it up on the internet. Donating a body is a rigorous process, in Germany at least. Then I'm not dead now, am I, says Ellender. If you do that in America, I bet blowing it up is extremely likely. Thing is, the law in every state is slightly different. Oh, sometimes even very different. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the name of the fungus. I'm going to go with cordyceps, but I don't know if that's how it's properly pronounced. Just don't ask me to clean up my mess when I'm blown up, says Helen. I mean, if there was an option, I'd take Viking-style burning on a raft. But alas, that isn't possible even if you join the Norse religions. So much for religious freedom. Really? Hey, Sel, donate your body to Twitch.
What would Twitch do with her body?
Yeah, that was the one we were talking about, Gary. The fungus that takes over the ants. So I was reading an article about how they used to assume that the fungus infected the brain of the ants and caused the ants to climb high in order to shed the fungus. But it turns out it doesn't move into the brain at all. It moves into the ant's muscles, so it appears as though, as far as we know at the moment, it appears as though the fungus takes control of the ant's body, not its mind.
So the ant is still aware of it?
We don't really understand the awareness of ants at all, like infected or not.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point, but still a little bit concerning.
Environmental concerns about burning boats.
Where did my thing? Oh, there.
Taking over humans is actually bogus, though. In what sense bogus? You mean as in it is fake science that this happens? It's like, does anybody actually believe, or does anyone state that it does happen? Or do you mean bogus in the sense of, oh, that would be a terrible thing? That's totally bogus, man. I don't know which one you're saying. In which case, I think both of them are a bit on the obvious side. It was a game plot.
Calorie intake recommended.
Google says it's called Ophiocordyceps unilateralis.
New
You've
creature
never heard
discovered.
bogus in the second sense? Oh god, it was in something... I think it's an Americanism, but I think it was in something like Bill and Ted's, one of the Bill and Ted adventures. They were using bogus a lot as a to say, you know, something's bad. No, that's just bogus, boss. Bernie's got a new word. Well, a new use of a new word.
Vital signs stabilizing.
For a fungus to disable brain functions like that in a human brain, stuff has to get really, really wrong. Human brain is quite big. That's the thing though, the fungus doesn't enter the brain at all with the ants, it's entering the muscles. Yeah, Bill and Ted said bogus a lot, didn't they? Potatoes here! Not sure if my message got missed, but hi Salamir!
Oh, I didn't see
it.
a potato message.
Oh, do you have the cat poster yet? Yes, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Well, I didn't see that one because I am not paying attention to chat.
No,
Oh,
I'm
right.
doing chat for me. Sorry, Potato, that was my fault.
I do not have the cat poster yet. I am on my search to the cat poster.
You have
to
cat
get the cat
posters,
poster,
but not the
I needed,
cat poster.
To get the cat poster, I needed a vehicle. To get the vehicle, I needed a vehicle bay. To get the vehicle bay, I needed copper. To get copper, I need to go to the copper mining site, for which I need a vehicle. And I'm out of copper again. Excuse me. Where do I find copper?
Ellen Dare says I don't ever see a Last of Us scenario happen. I think ever is a long time. I think it's a... Well, I don't know The Last of Us, so... Not played it, so I don't know the
Fungus
full...
zombies.
Fungus zombies. Ignoring the detail of the game plot, the idea that a fungus could co-opt a human body and make it do something similar to the ants, make a human transport itself to a place where it's best for a fungus to shed its spores. I don't think that's beyond the realms of possibility. Within
I mean,
possibility,
look at
not
what
plausibility.
rabies does to a human.
Like within the...
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
We've got between now and humans going extinct for fungi to work out how that happens. I need to keep a closer eye on Bernie. We've not long started, Potato. Oh God! What the? What
My
was-
knife!
Some of the wildlife down here is very
M-
grabby.
If I had a knife, I would
What
bloody shake.
happened?
Give me my knife back!
Why are you killing the cute thing?
It stole my knife!
Knife crime! You got mugged.
In
Warning.
this
30
country.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
And still no copper.
Ban burning. No, we don't ban
Oxygen.
friends. We might delete the odd message.
We might delete friends, but, you know, we don't ban them.
Yeah. Parasite-based zombies is still quite possible, but rising from the dead zombie is quite impossible. Nibble friends? Aluve's here. Hello, hello. We eat friends. Yeah, mere teaching wildlife a lesson the North London way. I don't know if it's especially
don't
a North
compare me to
London
the
way.
Londoners.
Is it particularly a problem in North London?
Surely we have knife crime here too. I mean, we have posters advertising it.
Are we deleting entire friends now? No. Fish are food, not friends.
Isn't Gary almost a fish? Like, in the broadest, most childish sense of the word? Isn't Gary doing himself a bit of a problem there?
Oh, 'cause he's a shrimp.
Yeah.
How dare! Fish are the worst.
Again, I recognize that scientifically speaking you're not a fish, but if you were to ask a kindergarten child, you're a fish. 'Cause you live in the water.
Oh, fish are the worst. They eat my brethren. Not a shrimp, says Carrie. I thought I heard somebody call you a shrimp. Did I read that somewhere over on Discord?
Oh.
I hear there's a lot of knife crime in North London. Enough to make people make memes about it. No idea about
Oh.
which specific area of London's worse than any other. Fish are most certainly not food. Seafood is no food at all.
Where would I find a diamond?
Scientifically speaking, there is no such thing as fish. Now Gary is talking within his scientific expertise at the moment, so I will listen to this. People call me lots of things. Does not mean they have any bloody idea what they're talking about.
Well, I will call you a friend.
Aw, that's sweet.
Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm most definitely wrong.
And you know what that means, chat? We're not allowed to eat Gary because he's a friend. Even if
So-
he does look like he'd look good on a barbecue.
I don't think you can barbecue shrimp.
You can.
You can? That seems unreasonable.
A bit nicer when they're boiled though. Crawfish boil.
You're being very mean to the viewers. Okay.
Well, mate, to find diamonds, you gotta mine down to around Y12 and strip mine till you find some. I hear that you're near diamonds when near redstone. According to McDonald's, there is such a thing as fish, and they have a lot more money. I'm going with them. And Gary says, I feel very uncomfortable here.
Oh, don't worry. The occasional cannibalism chattery isn't quite normal around here. So much so that, you know, Emma has a greeting about it. Also, I recognize Potato's very funny joke. Well done. I don't have a pickaxe to dig. So I need to go and find a cave that leads all the way down there. Somebody put a fish in my way. Vedafauna points out that we've referenced the DMV yesterday, and Vedafolder will have us know that they've just sent their vehicle registration after 13 months. Wait, what? What do you mean after 13 months? Does it mean you didn't have a license plate? for 13 months until now. Ugh, fish. Okay, the mining site was around here somewhere.
I don't know how it works in America. That was a big row. Sal? What? Crustaceans can be quite good.
That sounds because your character wasn't that tall, about ye high. You know.
There used to be a Pisces class, but no longer. Crustaceans can be quite good. McDonald's have nothing to do with science. Fish do exist as a menu item, but scientifically, there is no feature that identifies anything as a fish. What we call fish is a grouping of it that is extremely diverse. There are invertebrates and vertebrate fish. There are mammals which live in the sea, so taxonomically there is no fish. Look, Gary, if Big Corporate says fish is real, then I'm not going to argue.
Passing 100 meters.
Because
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Big Corporate has more than just lots of money, and people who argue with Big Corporate tend to disappear. Short answer, we moved. California didn't want to give us up. Then took 13 months for them to accept that we weren't paying them. Oh. Shoot, get that fork away from my family. Following Gary's logic, it's okay to call him a fish, but only if you plan on eating him.
Okay, let me squeeze through here.
Me is too big for the door. I
There
call
we go.
fish fish and chips. And we don't
It's
eat
a
our
mining
friends around
site.
here.
Surely there's diamonds here. Brilliant.
Warning, maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Are you kidding me? I need the diamonds to go and increase the diving depth of this rubbish thing, and I can't increase the diving depth of this thing without the diamonds, which are beyond the range of the thing.
Livesa says, squeeze my Steve truck through there as well. Oh, so warning for everybody in chat, no spoilers, please. Should have put that in the title, Mia.
No, it's fine.
Warning,
No, it's not.
Passing 200 meters.
Because I don't want
Oxygen
spoilers.
efficiency greatly decreased.
Diamond, 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 quickly.
Yeah, should have
Warning,
put that in the tag.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Have you seen any diamonds yet?
Oxygen.
I do, but I
I'm
don't know
gonna
how
die.
to.
I'm gonna
Warning,
die.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Mia, don't die.
Oh, good.
Oh, Mia, you make things more tense than they
Oxygen.
need to be.
If you
Warning,
just
30 seconds of
see,
oxygen
if you just
remaining.
had kept a lookout for diamonds that are down here, which I desperately need, everything would be fine.
Oxygen.
Mia, you got 4 seconds.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, let's wait for the oxygen plants down there to recharge, and then we'll try this again. Oh,
That was close.
is that a diamond? Is that a bloody diamond? It's a diamond. They were up here all along. Okay, I need a second one, please. Ah. Okay, we're in business. I need to go back home, though. How did I get in here? And more importantly, how do I get out? There we go. That was easy. So, and as soon as I've upgraded this thing, I have all the capabilities to go down there and get copper and the cat poster, which I'm sure is kept in a mining site. Right?
Probably.
Here's a spoiler from Gary.
The sea moth was so much nicer.
Yeah, it was. And this implicitly implies that there is no sea moth anymore.
Well, Mia, you got in by using poor judgment. Getting out is very much the same way.
I'll have you know that this has been expert judgment so far.
I already know that because everybody keeps telling me. But because I don't actually know what the sea moth was in the last game, I don't know which. I don't know the names of any of the vehicles, so you know. I don't know that this is any different to the last one.
Oh, it is very different to the last one. Like, hold on. I'll go over it as soon as I'm home. Wait, that's the wrong station. You should have pointed that out to me earlier.
There was a crocodile thing in the ocean there. There's another one.
I'll ram it. Yeah, that's right. Swim away. Fish. I think I'm mostly just calling everything a fish now out of spite. I still don't know who I'm giving myself to as an hourglass full of ash.
Mia, that's fishist. Looking at the integrity, you might want to refrain from ramming, says Gary.
Oh, pish posh. I have a repair thing.
Look, see what you've done, Gary. You've made him bump into rocks now. You tell Mia not to do something, he'll do the opposite. Shiny Mewy, hello.
Now, what was I here for? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I'm out of bloody quartz. Why does this keep happening? Okay, there was quartz.
How about the flames? The hourglass, that is? What, you're going to, like, flame it?
Why would I draw flames on it? It's not going to make time go faster. And it'll also make me look very dumb.
Oh, you meant burn it in a smelter. What's the point of cremating Mia, plasticizing him so that he would be a functional hourglass, crafting an hourglass so that he can be a functional hourglass, and then burning the whole contraption again, making some diamonds out of it? Wouldn't you just start by making diamonds out of Mia anyway?
What? Why am I
is a
turning
diamond.
myself into diamonds now?
I'm not sure. That was why I was... What's the point of doing all that if you don't know what to do with it? Yeah, Mia, why did you want to be an hourglass? This is a question we haven't actually addressed. Why did you want to be an hourglass?
It's much more visible than being buried somewhere in a cemetery.
Do you want to be visible after your death?
Well, yeah, but not grotesquely so, please.
Okay, so not like in a museum, but as some sort of...
I mean, if they want to put the hourglass in the museum, but I feel like it wouldn't get much use in there.
You want to be a functional device after
Yes.
death.
be useful to, well, maybe not society, but at least somebody who will be mightily perturbed by the idea that they're turning me over.
Gary says you could get flayed and use your skin as a flag. That's visible too.
Again, ideally not in a grotesque manner, please.
Okay, that's too macabre. Okay. Actually, how about we skip the cremation step? Just have a giant hourglass crafted and toss him in it. You could have
What's
some
the
sort of
time frame we're measuring here?
Right, this is how it works, Mia. Yeah, you have some sort of goo that's affixed to the top and the bottom of the hourglass. So every time you turn it over, it takes some time for your body to separate from the goo, like some sort of glue. So eventually your body will be subject to gravity, and the shear forces on the goo will allow your body to fall. And then at that point you turn it back over. Why only start being useful after your death, though? Runs and hides. That was from Bernie. May have been turning over in his grave frequently.
Welcome aboard.
Oh no, my death would become a pun.
Yes. Hourglass, so we can remind people that the time is running out as well. Yes, this room will. Wouldn't bone shards clog the narrow area? Well, we did discuss kind of what we'd have to do to Mia's ashes to turn him into a functional hourglass.
So you're gonna remove my bones so I just turn into a jelly-like worm that can slip through the narrow part of the hourglass?
No, we're talking. This is like the cremated version of you.
No, I'm pretty sure we're talking about the very large version with my corpse just floating in some goo.
No, bone shards. So when you... Sorry, I'm reading chat, not necessarily all in the right order.
Fair enough.
Sinews into gust heartstrings? We throwing your body into an hourglass, alive or not. First one, then the other. Just fling him into space and measure the Kessler syndrome by how fast he gets bullet shot into pieces.
New creature discovered.
Funny in death as in life, indeed. You enjoy the jelly-like worm thing. Sal reads the chat from the bottom up. Except that's the last message on the screen at the moment, and I read it last. Aha! I prove you wrong, accidentally.
I don't think there's any particular order to it. Sal's just reading the messages as she sees them.
Yeah. Because sometimes I watch the game and then I look back and there's a whole bunch of chat, and so I quickly scan it and pick out something that looks like it needs to be read, and then I start filling in the gaps.
What was I doing again? Oh yeah, map. Copper mining site.
Because that's how I do it when I stream. Which is why sometimes I miss chat, because if I don't read it from the top down, sometimes I'll miss something. Spoiler alert, Sal has missed chat messages. It happens. I don't think that's a spoiler for anybody.
Okay. Copper.
No, we're not getting rid of Bernie. Gary, you're so mean to Bernie. Is this a West German, East German thing? I do like the idea of a fluid-filled hourglass. It could even function in reverse, with the body floating slowly to the top as you flip it. Yeah, like a very viscous fluid.
Well, at the moment it would be an Austria-Germany thing, given the fact that Gary still resides in Austria at the moment. Although, bizarrely enough, I have recently been proven wrong about my heartfelt belief that Gary was born in Austria. I feel bad about that.
No, Gary is just a little bearist. Little shrimp. No, it is a Bernie dragged me into this nonsense thing last time. Oh. In other news, got City Skylines running on your Mac? First City was a horrible flop. New one is actually doing well so far. Thanks for getting me interested. Sam, I've really enjoyed it. Oh, good. I'm very pleased, Samus. It's a good game. Big question. How long till Sal breaks the mere ash hourglass and his remains get hoovered up and tossed out? I don't often break something. I was too poor as a kid. If you broke something, you didn't get a replacement.
Oh no, I accidentally broke my younger sibling. I guess that's it about that one then. There's a lot of stuff lying around.
There is. Wow, Mia, says Bernie. I don't know what that was about. Breaking younger siblings, maybe?
I thought that was your feud you had with your sibling. Never mind, that was very presumptuous of me.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
No, that's a builder. I already have one of those.
I didn't want a younger sibling. That's very true.
Yeah, but maybe I was going too far for a joke. So never mind me. I feel like this door was not designed for me to squeeze through here.
Once the body stops biological processes, so it becomes saturated with whatever liquid it's in and no longer be buoyant, says Samus.
Well, that's why the gel we're using is a lot more dense than me.
Plasticizing it would be a critical step, indeed.
What did I come down here for again?
Oh, what's the green and
poster.
red thing?
Oh yeah, what is that thing?
Warning. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly
Hello. It is a rock puncher.
I was going to say,
I am
I
not a rock.
imagine that's a dangerous thing. I mean, it looks aggressive.
That looks very friendly.
It looks like one of those.
How can somebody with the name
There's
Rock
like
Puncher
a
be
shrimp type thing that does that.
aggressive?
Is that Gary, a cousin of Gary's? Indeed. When I die, I like my skin turned into wacky, waving, inflatable, arm flailing tube man.
But they would start to smell.
No,
Oh,
not if you tan the
thermoplants.
skin.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah.
The ship is right here.
You say that, and then it takes you like,
Oxygen.
look, you've only got 6 seconds left.
I don't think those are seconds, those are units of measurement, because while I'm below 200 meters, that thing seems to decrease a lot faster than usual.
Okay.
Do I need some sort of equipment to be down here?
Your health's down a little bit as well after getting punched by a shrimp.
I don't have any equipment, so no I don't. Ooh, staff.
Rock Puncher sounds like a bad orc name from Warhammer. Taserface. I may have talked about this during the Soma stream, but if you could upload your mind into a digital version and it's a one-to-one copy of your mind and memories of time of upload and put it into a robot, would you do it? And would you do... what would you do with your digital counterpart?
Ah, so it's not an actual mind upload, it's just a copy.
You're sort of cloning your consciousness.
Well, yeah, I think I would. Although, then I'd be worried about basically be responsible for bringing another life into the universe.
I was going to say, it'd be like having a child in a way, wouldn't it? And
yeah,
that's-
but the child is luckily autonomous enough to not need me, I hope.
The rock puncher is a mantis shrimp turned alien. Even the description hints on what that punchy thing.
Excuse me. Please, no jumping at me. Have you seen any cat
Oh, look at
posters
that!
yet?
Look at that!
The rock
What's
puncher?
No. What's the robot suit looking thing?
Oh, it's eating the rock. Oh no, never mind. It just ate some grass on the rock. Very rude of you. You should finish your whole play. This is a prawn suit. They were in the first game. I've been scanning a few of them so far. I can apparently build one now.
Ah.
What's this? Oh,
New technology acquired.
a jump jet upgrade. How nice.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Here we go again. This keeps happening for some reason.
I'm still traumatized from the time that we played a Minecraft UHC together.
Oh, hey, Parvin. Can I get you to sign off here?
What is all this?
I don't know. Some kind of measuring equipment? Lil said she'd send someone over to set it up later.
Ah, alien science nonsense.
I wouldn't say that. You should ask her to show you some of her findings. It's pretty interesting stuff. There might really be someone down there.
You ask me, scientists have too much control over here.
What?
I'm serious. Look around you. This mining facility extracts every mineral your scientists use to make their equipment. Their bases, their scanners, even your little sea trucks.
I wouldn't call them little.
Do you know the name of a single person who works down here?
Well, I know you, Parvin.
Ah, tell Lillian she's wasting her time. There's nothing down here but workers, and we already know we don't spark her curiosity.
Ugh. Oh. Bernie wants to know
New
what
technology
happened
acquired.
in the Minecraft UHC that has you so traumatized.
Mia took unnecessary risks.
For decorational purposes. Decorative purposes.
And then decided to abandon us.
I didn't abandon
Warning.
you.
30 seconds of oxygen
I
remaining.
went to a very strategically sensible location. Did I die during this? I forgot. I didn't.
What, the UHC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we died together-ish, right? I didn't
No.
die while I was having a fun excursion.
You did?
I did? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Well, now I feel bad. Again. I probably felt bad at the time as well.
You did.
It's a drill arm. I already have one of those.
Okay, an example, if you were to upload your mind tomorrow, so all your memories and personality are literally a Control-C, Control-V of your mind to an AI, how would you take advantage of it?
Take
Warning.
advantage
30
of
seconds
it?
of oxygen remaining.
Why would I need to take advantage of me?
Oxygen.
It seems a little bit rude. There's holes in the ceiling.
Gary says, read the rock grub description.
Read the rock grub description. No. Research indigenous life forms, fauna, Small herbivores. Nope. Carnivore?
There it is.
Oh, that's a rock puncher.
Huh.
Where's the rock grub? Oh, scavengers and parasites. A small luminescent scavenger, roughly thumb-sized, this creature may be a distant relative of the sand shark, sharing that species' unusual limbs, segmented exoskeleton, and burrowing behavior. Number 1, jaw. Its circular set of teeth is designed to tear up clumps of coral and seagrass caught on the rocks. 2, limbs. 5 legs, 2 arms, and a large flipper allow the rock grub to cling to and walk across rock faces in search of food and swiftly swim to safety when under attack. Number 3, green luminescence. Glowing green in the dark would seem like a poor survival strategy, but this adaptation may be a mating behavior or other specialized process, engaged in by only a fraction of the total population at any one time. Or perhaps being eaten is simply part of the rock grub's life cycle. Assessment harmless. Why did I need to read that? I feel like there's less chance of me encountering a cat poster around here. This looks underdeveloped. Let's go back inside.
Sal, could you use AI Sal to stream 24/7? I'd still feel too much like bringing a child into the world, which I don't want to do.
You know, I wouldn't want to exploit myself, so if I were to do it, I'd probably just let myself vibe. That's a weird way of phrasing it.
Gary, are you trying to make me more efficient? I'm just like hiding that message.
Ew.
It's Dragon, hello! Yes, no, ban.
I have found an alien statue. That's nice and all, but I was here for a
30
cat
seconds of
poster.
oxygen remaining.
Sal's quick on the button. Yay, bam! Lol, thanks, Sal. I just hide it because I'm not sure about what Gary's motive was. Because I thought it would be like, there's a funny thing that Mia would miss if he didn't read it. But now I'm worried that Gary's saying, Mia, you've missed the thing that would make that's important to the game, and you should read it because it's a shortcut to help you get where you are. No, saying he should observe things. No, let Mia do the thing.
No,
Let
what's
Mia
the
do
funny
things
part?
Let Mia do things in his own way.
I'm very blind when it comes to funny parts. Please do explain.
Yeah, it's like point something out if there's an amusing thing that Mia wouldn't otherwise see.
Okay, so update. Copper was a bust. For some reason, they don't keep any cat posters down here. So Omega or Phi? One is on land. Let's try Omega, which is east.
I don't know how to add a no backseating tag. So don't tell Mia about the key on the wall.
Oh, this again. Okay, squeeze through.
I don't think Mia would believe us if we pointed out the key on the wall back there.
There we go.
That's a growly noise.
A little, but I've heard worse. Right, so map again. Slightly southeast. Next to some green spots for some reason. Okay. That was planned. Oh. Pilot last known locate. Oh. maybe the pilot went to Omega. It would probably be at the ocean floor.
Detecting stern of an astronautical Sol Transcov vessel nearby. Vessel name, Mercury 2. Inoperative.
Oh. Spaceship.
Indeed.
Oh. Oh, would a spaceship have a cat poster on it? A spaceship would have a cat poster on it. I don't have a cutting thingy. Have I developed the cutting thingy yet? Blueprints. Headlamp, no. I have not developed the cutting thingy yet. I'm not fully equipped.
PDA sounds Russian? I was thinking it sounded more like an Indian accent, but it could be Russian. Does that spaceship have avocados?
Warning.
You're not
passing
cutting edge.
100 meters.
Oh.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
There's no pungeon here either.
Sorry, what was the pun?
You're not cutting edge.
Oh. That was a terrible one. You'll have to ban them now.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, I need to come back for this. Ew, spinefish. A scamming monster.
Oxygen.
But I want guacamole.
Okay, remind me to desperately come back here for this because I needed to mark the other thing.
You might want to add to the beacon that it's the laser cutter you need there, or will you remember that?
I'll remember that.
What's the purple space scoop? Asks Potato.
This? I don't know, I'll touch it. Oh, there's a thing there now. Ugh.
Okay, it burns.
It burns, but I can scan it, and that means I can find out. Fumarole. These blister-like fumaroles are vents for steam. I probably should
Me,
not
you're studying
be
them, you fool.
I should not be reading them about them while I'm inside one of them. Vents of steam. They're vents of steam, we've decided. Back to driving east. I've lost a bit of my orientation, so I'm not entirely sure.
You were
That's
heading
the right
towards
east?
the pilot thing?
Maybe?
You were following you were going towards the pilot thing.
I was looking for Omega, which is, according to the map, east of Copper. Slightly southeast. Excuse me, what's this? Aquarium module. Ugh. What do you need an aquarium for? How far? While I'm here. might as well.
Yeah, Mir applying the Sal Skyrim logic to his research. Touch it, taste it. There's a thing, Mir. There's a thing round. Oh, okay.
That
There's
thing?
a thing there as well.
I'll scan it. Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in some microwaves?
It's got red eyes. It must be dangerous.
It's called a squid shark. It's going fine so far. Its turning radius is too large for me to be caught. I noticed that there's a considerable lack of leviathans around here. I mean, those are large fish, yes, but there were larger fish previously. Where was this pilot signal? Oh, there. It's down here then?
Seek fluid intake. Vital signs stabilizing. Warning, passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oh, I'm being followed. Okay, this is a dead end. Oh. I stand corrected. This is a very crowded area.
There is a large anomalous mass of rock that has broken away and risen above the surrounding terrain.
What?
Have Sal and Mia thought about doing Monster Hunter Rise co-op stream? I don't think so. Doesn't sound like my sort of thing. I'm not sure it sounds like Mia's sort of thing either.
There are floating rocks around here. Can I scan these? Rising lily pads. The lily pads start to rise as a result of underwater gas exchange. As the lily pad engages in photosynthesis, it takes in carbon and emits oxygen. Unlike other plants that emit the oxygen directly into the water, the lily pad stores the oxygen in its sealed fan. Eventually, enough oxygen is stored that the lily pad becomes buoyant. The root system pulls a chunk of the seabed up on its way to the surface.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
That's what the weird funky stuff on the map is.
Its main gameplay is murder, and you like murder? I'm not really a murdering gameplay kind of person. Yay, finally you read some things, I call that a win. Well, I largely ignore anything that's just a bit kind of bullying, really. I mean, it's not bullying enough to delete it, but it's not nice, so I'm not going to read something out where you... Not you, Mia. Well, Mia's... Oh, I see.
Ah. Okay.
I missed
Okay.
that.
I can, if I have the map up, I can pinpoint the location of this station if I can just figure out which lily pad I'm stood on. Okay, 3 large ones close together at the edge of the thing.
Dangerous
One,
weather approaching.
no.
Seek shelter.
There's 2 small ones.
Don't give you much notice, do they, about...
Where did my ship go? No, seriously, where did my... Oh, there it is. Okay, it might be easier if I just scour around here in search of it. Ugh.
Is that...
Warning, passing 100 meters.
It's a glow
Oxygen
whale.
efficiency decreased.
Wait. Oh. I can interact with it?
Oh, you can ride it.
Oh, that makes me uncomfortable. Especially
Can you
since this
steer
glow
it?
whale doesn't know where it's going. No, I don't think I can steer it. Well, thank you for your valuable contribution, whale. I'll leave now. Thank you. Right. I need to find Omega. If I were a station that possibly holds my cat poster, where would I be? Feel free to answer at any point.
On the floor.
Detecting bow of an astronautical Soltrans Gov vessel nearby. Vessel name Mercury 2.
Didn't I just
Inoperative.
discover this one already a while ago?
Well, isn't your beacon...
I have a spaceship beacon over there.
Okay, so this is
That's
a different
500 meters. No, they were both called Mercury.
one. Underwater, indeed. So, Mia, give us a short mid-game review, please. How do you like this game so far? How does it compare to the original? Ah, stern and bow. Yeah, it could be.
Oh, fair enough. Wait, mid-game? Am I that far into the game already?
Well, you passed the early game.
Fair enough.
Warning. Passing 200 meters.
That's
Oxygen
okay. I
efficiency
can't
greatly
say if it's
decreased.
better or worse than... Oh. Well, let's just pick up potatoes. I have found
Ah,
potatoes.
They were the things that you planted in your plant pot last time.
I guess I should bring them home and plant them. How much inventory space do I have?
Warning.
Oh, they're rotting
30
now.
seconds of oxygen remaining.
I already have a drill on.
Oxygen.
Yeah, I know. Cut open to access. Cut
Warning.
open.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I'll put a beacon here and I'll come back in a moment. Why can't I just back out?
We found potato, indeed. We have found potato. You can't fit electric boogaloo in. We'll know that it's electric boogaloo though.
Do I have the thingies I need? No, I still don't have the laser cutter. That's fine. Back to searching for research station, which holds cat poster secrets. Where's the lily pads?
You're gonna dip out, have fun you two, and give Bernie extra bonks if he says spoilers.
Well, have a lovely day. Thank you for stopping by.
See you soon, potato.
Oh, I don't think that we'll be going on for much longer. Ah. Cable. Cable goes into ground.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Oh, no, don't tell me that this thing would be down there.
How did the spaceship get underground?
Spaceship?
It probably crashed.
Wait, no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. What do you mean underground? It's above ground, but in water, to my knowledge.
Are there floating ice sheets or something on top?
There's lily pads.
Bernie says that you're 2 minutes overdue already. Mia doesn't have a specific length of stream.
That's true, but if Bernie wants me to end it here, I guess I should leave. Ooh. Oh, that could have ended poorly if I landed up there. Well, I guess this is a good spot to end it. Thank you for watching. Bernie wants me to
No,
go.
get back into your ship, mate. Don't start the next stream like stood on top of your ship in bad weather.
Well, why not?
Because look at your health already.
Oh, fine. I'll go sit inside here
That's
then.
better.
Do I need to go home as well?
No, well, entirely up to you.
It'll take me ages to get back out here again.
Well, you can stay here. That's fine. It's just like, don't end stood in an exposed place because it'll take you a couple of minutes to realise where you are and then you're dead. Mama Sal, yeah. You don't want to know what it's like being around him here.
Ugh, fine.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Warp Scientist says, hey chat, I'm back from our meeting. What did I miss? Mia was just saying goodbye.
I don't believe that Warp Scientist really left. This is just done for the joke now. Anyway, we need to end the stream. You're in charge of the stop streaming button.
Yeah, you just got back before it ended indeed. No, I really was in a meeting for the last 30 minutes.
You have inexplicably comedic timing. Well, thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.